Hello, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. I just saw Obsession and it was so good, so let's get into it. Obsession is the second film from Curry Barker, who, in the same vein as Zach Kreger and Jordan Peele, comes from sketch comedy. He was one half of the duo That's a Bad Idea, which, unlike Kreger and Peele, I wasn't familiar with beforehand. His first movie was a found footage horror film made for just $800 and is on YouTube for free right now. So, not only is this a sketch comedy to horror filmmaker, but it's also a YouTube to Hollywood filmmaker. Considering his background, one wouldn't expect this movie to be as good as it is, myself included, but with this film, Barker has showed himself to be an explosive voice in horror. Now, initially, I saw this movie at Boston Underground Film Festival, and I thought it was just fine. I think part of it was the Blumhouse logo blinding me. I don't really like many Blumhouse films at all. Another part of it was the theater we watched it in wasn't very good. Also, the biggest part of it probably was me and my friends. We were just in a bad mood since the movie that we had watched like the night before at the festival was just absolutely awful, complete torture, completely just so miserable. And yeah, after I saw the movie, I expected to not really think much of it again, but I saw the movie was getting a lot of praise, so I was like, you know what? I'll keep an open mind. I'll go see it once it comes out. Maybe I missed something. And on this rewatch, the movie definitely like unlocked for me. Like this movie is fucking amazing. This movie gave me a lot of Hereditary vibes, not because of the content as much, but because it really does feel like the arrival of a defining horror voice in this decade. Everything that I adored about this movie on a rewatch, I had basically not even acknowledged on my first time. And somehow the movie was also much scarier on this watch, even though I knew what was going to happen. The movie is a very simple monkey's paw story, but very fucked up and very tragic. The main character, Bear, buys its kid's toy and wishes that one of his closest friends and crush, Nikki, would love him more than anyone in the world, and the wish, of course, leads to devastating consequences. First and foremost, while all the performances are great, Michael Johnston as Bear is perfectly selfish and simultaneously pitiable, and Cooper Tomlinson, the other half of That's a Bad Idea, was hilarious. Indy Neverett as Nikki gives an unreal performance in this movie. She's also why the movie gave me Hereditary vibes, because the last time I saw a performance this good in a horror movie, almost too good for the horror genre, was Toni Collette in Hereditary. The way Navarette is able to shift emotions at seemingly the snap of a finger is incredible. Like, from scene to scene, she has a completely different feeling and a different vibe, a different tone, and also even multiple tones at once, multiple feelings at the same time. The entire time you watch the movie, you feel scared by her, you feel terrified of her, but you also feel scared for her. You feel like she's suffering. I love the way the movie is able to portray her as a villain and also as a victim. And I also love the physicality she had in the role. A lot of very creepy facial expressions and line deliveries and stuff like that. By the end of the decade, it'll definitely go down as a landmark horror performance in the decade, in the century, even maybe of all time. The way the movie's shot, it also helps accentuate the scare factor with Nikki. There's a lot of focus on the center of the frame, and it leaves a lot of empty space where you, as the viewer, feel like, oh, maybe it feels like Nikki's watching these scenes happening. She's watching these scenes taking place. She is conscious and aware of what's going on in the scene, even when she's not there. It's like she's on the side, watching, peeking, eavesdropping. Especially in that phone call scene with Bear in the car when he calls the One Wish Willow people. It's very simple, but it's very important at establishing the mood. The lighting also played a very important part. A lot of shots where Nikki is lit from behind, so she's completely engulfed in shadow. Just a lot of shadows in general. There's this one shot in particular where she's getting lit from behind. She's on Bear's patio and she's getting lit from behind, from the side. And it's like the only thing that you can see on her is the light reflecting off of her eyes. Like you can literally see the light reflecting in her eyes, and that's all you can see. It reminded me a lot of in Lord of the Rings when Galadriel is on screen and you see the lights of Glyndor in her eyes. and they did that in like camera. They didn't like edit that in post. So if they did that shot with Nikki in camera, that's really really impressive. Like they they did not need to do that for this movie, but it's just another touch that is like really indicative of the craft and of Trey Barker's vision with this movie. Generally, I'm not a big fan of supernatural horror movies like a lot of the movies Blumhouse makes. They're usually very formulaic and jump scare heavy, but the jump scares in this movie actually did work a lot for me. And I also really much more appreciate that the movie didn't go out of its way to explain the supernatural stuff. It was presented in a way where you as the viewer still had like enough to piece together what was going on. Like it didn't stop the movie to explain what was happening for you. It like gave you the pieces and you could just put them together in your own way. The movie is also like Zach Cregger and Jordan Peele's movies, very funny. And it's also not distractingly so. It's like nervous laughter, you know, it's like you're laughing like stop yourself from peeing your pants. A lot of funny lines, also a lot of funny cuts and a lot of funny uses of music with the original score and with some licensed music as well. Very funny needle drops. In general, the movie was very well edited and had great sound design. I think that Barker's best attribute as a director and a writer is that he's very young and he knows what young people are like and how they act in relationships. It feels like it's by someone who knows how obsessive and uncompassionate and unhealthy that relationships among young people can often be. Like I talked about the way that the movie presents Nikki before, but the way that it treats Bear as well is very interesting. Like initially, the movie tries to make you feel bad for Bear in some way when he first makes the wish because he doesn't even think that it's real. It's just a wish of frustration. But over the course of the movie, Bear becomes much more selfish and much more apathetic to what's going on with Nikki. And it's shown in many different ways. And even though the movie is so exaggerated and it is so fantastical, the relationship between Bear and Nikki always feels very authentic and it feels very grounded in something that is very real in modern dating culture. So what we get is a movie that, like so many other great horror movies, is a reflection of how awful society is. Love is hard because humans are complex. If you take the easy way out and be with someone who is basically not even their own person, you will be very unfulfilled and very unhappy. Or in the case of this movie, maimed. This movie is very fucked up. It's very brutal. It's very tragic. And I just want to watch it again and again and again. I love the style. I love the performances. I love the messaging. I love the score. I love the sound design. I love the editing. I love basically nearly everything about this movie. I was just like in awe of. It really blew me away. Kind of split between an 8 or a 9, but I'll go with a 9 for now. 9 out of 10. Thank you all so much for watching. May was pretty dead, I think. Not until like the middle to the end of this month. Around this time, I'm probably going to have more videos. There's more movies coming out that I want to watch and I also want to talk about. Leave a like if you liked the video. Subscribe if you want to see more content. Leave a like if you liked the video. Subscribe if you want to see more videos. Follow me on Letterboxd if you want to keep up to date on what I'm watching. Follow me on Twitter. I don't post very often, but if you want to follow me, then go ahead, I guess, if that's what you want to do. More videos on the way very soon, but again, thank you for watching. Goodbye.